Good morning, boys and girls. We are on Lesson 5 of Module 5. Our I can statement for today is I can use the associative property to make 101 add-in. So what does that mean? It just means that we're going to use some skills that where we know something, and we can use that to figure out another problem. And we're going to be moving tens from one to fill in to make 100 others. So it'll make more sense once we get started. You're going to need a piece of paper and pencil to follow along for today's lesson. Our application problem for today is Jenny had 39 collectible cards in her collection. Tammy gave her 36 more. How many collectible cards does Jenny have now? Well, let's zoom so we can see. So we have the 39 she had before, and then the 36 that she got added to that. We have our tens and ones chart, and we've already read our problem, so let's cross that off, check that off. So let's show our 39. So that's 3 tens and 9 ones. Alright. So we have our 39. Now we have to add 36. We always start in our ones column to do 9 plus 6. So we have to add 6 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we definitely have too many ones in our ones column. So let's count how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have 15 ones. So let's circle 10. And we're going to move them over, trade them in. So those are no longer there for 110. So now how many ones do we have? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. And we moved over 110. So now we have to add 3. So we had 3. We brought the 1 over. Now we have to add 3 more. 1, 2, 3. So let's count how many we have now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 75. So Jenny has 75 collectible cards now. So we read our picture, we read our problem, we drew our picture, and we wrote our sentence. Very nice work. So now it asks us, what is 17 plus 12? So we're going to solve that back here. So we have to do 17 plus 12. So let's first show 17. So that's 110 and 7 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, too many. So 6, 7. So that's 110, 7 ones for 17. Now we have to add 12. Remember, we always start in our ones column, so we did 2 more ones. Now, how many ones do we have? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ones. Good. Now we do 1 plus 1, so we add 1 more 10. That's 2. So that's 29. So 17 plus 12 is 29. Now let's see what they want us to do. So if 17 plus 12 is 29, what is 17 plus 13? What changed in that problem? You added 1 more from 12 to get 13. So if you just went up 1 more from 17 plus 12, now you have 17 plus 13. What do you think your answer is if you're just adding 1 more? Good, it would be 30 because 13 is only one more than 12. So our answer is only going to go up one more. Now it asks how many tens equal 17 tens plus 13 tens. Well, what was 17 plus 13? Good, it was 30. So now you're just going to add the tens at the end. So it would be 30 tens. Now who remembers what 30 tens is equal to? Remember, 1 10 is equal to the 10. So if you have 30 tens, you'd have 300. Now, what is 170 plus 130? Good. I know it's 300 because 30 tens is equal to 300. So I used my problem from above that said 17 tens plus 13 tens equals 30 tens. And then they just changed it from tens into the actual number, from the math way into the normal way. So 170 plus 130 equals 300. If you needed to use your 100 tens and ones place value chart, that's okay. But that way you know that when you add those numbers, it's just exactly what we did above. Now, what is 17 plus 14? So on the page before, we did 17 plus 12 and 17 plus 13. So what is 17 plus 14? Good, it would be 31 because you're just adding one more from 13 to 14. So your answer would just be one more. How many tens equal 17 tens and 14 tens? Good, 31 tens because you're only adding one more 10. And what's 170 plus 140? Good, 310. Now let's look at this. It says, let's use a number bond to make the next 10. So we have 190 plus 120. Is one of those numbers close to the next 100? So remember, hundreds are 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. So is 190 or 120 closer to the next 100? Good. 190 is close to 200. So how many more do we need to get from 190 to 200? Good, 10 more. And where can we get that 10 from? So we can borrow it or take it from our 120. So 190 plus 120. So now if we look, we have 190 plus 120. We can borrow 110 from here, and that would give us 200. But now if we take a 10 out of 120, how many do we have left? Good, we have 110. So now we're doing 200 plus 110, which is a lot easier to figure out now than this. So you have 100 or 200 and you're adding 110. What is our new answer? You could do that without a place value chart. If you need one, that's okay. But most of you probably can solve it without. So if we added our 100s together, that's 3. Our 10s together. So now we have 310. Very nice job. So now let's look at this one. we have 199 plus 25. So, is 199 or 25 closer to the next 100? Good, 199. Now, how many is it away from 200? Good, just one. So we're going to take 1 from here. And then we're going to add 199 plus 1, which is 200. Plus, and then if you take 1 away from 25, what do you have? Good, 24. So you have 200 plus 24. Good, you have 224. Nice work. Okay, so now we have our problem set. So our problem set says, number 1, solve. 30 tens is equal to what? So now they want you to just put it the normal way. So you have 30 tens. So if you need to use a place value chart to help you figure that out, you can draw out tens and ones and draw 30 tens. And then see, then you're gonna have to trade things in, but it'll help you solve it a little bit. Part B is 43 tens. C is 18 tens plus 12 tens equals how many tens? D is 18 tens plus 13 tens is how many tens? E is 24 tens plus 19 tens equals how many tens? F is 25 tens plus 29 tens equals how many tens? Now, number 2, add by drawing a number bond to make 100. Write the simplified equation and solve. So this is what we did just now. So you have 190 plus 130. They needed 10 more to get from 190 to 200, so they took a 10 out. That became 200, and then only 120 was left. So now you add 200 plus 120, and then you have to figure out your answer. If you need to use a place value chart to help you, that's totally fine. It's a good strategy to use. And then you're going to do part B the same way. 260 plus 190, and then 330 plus 180. So be careful, because some of those, the one that is closer to 100 might not be on the left like we usually have. Now you're going to do the same thing for D through G. So 440 plus 280. E is 199 plus 86. F is 298 plus 57, and G is 425 plus 397. That's all we have for today. If you need any help, make sure you join in Miss Vu's Zoom class today at 1 o'clock. I am so proud of everything you guys are doing. I miss you and I love you. Bye, guys.